Technology and other disruptions are causing the world of work to change, and the change is rapid. So what skills will employers be looking out for in the years just around the corner? How are we going to prepare to take advantage of the career opportunities which are just ahead of us? Here are the skills that you will be needing. Number 1 is complex problem solving. Number 2 is critical thinking. Number 3 is creativity. Number 4 is people management. Number 5, coordinating with others. Number 6 is emotional intelligence. Number 7, judgment and decision making. Number 8, service orientation. Number 9, negotiation skills. And lastly, cognitive flexibility. Now, we will briefly explain each of these 10 skills. Take a listen. Number 1 is cognitive flexibility. That is the ability to generate or use different set of rules for combining or grouping different things in different ways. Basically, mental flexibility or cognitive flexibility refers to how quickly you can develop new ways and rules for doing stuff. As a typical example, when you look at a salary structure of some companies, you realize that these days how much money someone is paid might not necessarily be based on their academic laurels or their certification, but other rules come into play. As an example, there are some startups in the United States where you can walk in with an idea, and if that idea is going to make the corporation lots of money, you will be awarded or compensated financially for your contributions. And these are new ways of or new methods of getting things done that have been instituted by some institutions, and you need someone who is open to change. Cognitive flexibility then involve 3 main components. Number 1 is creativity. Number 2 is logical reasoning. And 3rd, problem sensitivity. Creativity is defined as the ability to come up with unusual or clever ideas about a given topic or situation, or to develop creative ways to solve a problem. As an example, shipping containers were invented at the shipping harbor because of the amount of goods that needed to be cleared away from the shipping harbors, because we realized that having to pick up all the goods that were there one after the other made it very difficult for assortment and for shipping transportation. That means that it took so much time for the goods to leave the harbor, and it was very expensive based on the labor that needed to be used to clear the goods. But with the invention of shipping containers, many shipping harbors were able to move goods in and out at a cheaper rate and at a very fast rate. Number 2 is logical reasoning. That is the ability to combine pieces of information to form general rules or conclusion. As an example, how are we able to predict how much sales a corporation, for instance, will be able to make within a particular month? How do we forecast some of these things? As an example, when you look at companies like Walmart and Amazon, which sells daily products to us, they can forecast, or they will be able to tell what happens in the future based even on the weather condition. As an example, in Christmas, when you have so much snow, then you know that people will stay indoors and will not be going out. That way you can predict or forecast that sales in that particular month in winter may drop because of the levels of snow that we are experiencing. So how you are able to combine real world experiences and logically reason through them to generate some rules that will govern how stuff are done in a corporation borders on logical reasoning. 3rd is problem sensitivity. That is the ability to tell when something is going to go wrong or likely to go wrong. It does not involve necessarily solving the problem itself, but the ability to recognize what is going to happen. As engineers, for instance, or taking the engineering field, the product life cycle of many equipment or machine parts can lead us to predict whether the equipment is going to develop a problem in the near future or not, and what mitigating factors or what can we do to prevent such problems from occurring, and if they do occur, how do we solve these problems? That is what we call problem sensitivity. So number 10, we have cognitive flexibility, under which we have three main components: creativity, logical reasoning, and problem sensitivity. Number 9, negotiation skills. Negotiation is defined as bringing others together and trying to reconcile differences. Bringing people together and trying to reconcile differences. Every department in an organization have their own goals. They want to meet: the sales department, the manufacturing department. So how do you bring together some of these differences just so you can channel the energies of everyone in a corporation towards one particular goal? As an example, when Steve Jobs returned to Apple, we are made to understand that he was able to cut and successfully 70% of the products that were there. Apple was focusing on too many products at the same time, and they don't have resources to get all of these done at the highest quality. So what he decided to do is to cut 70% of these products and focus on only a handful of these products, and that is what has brought Apple to the world significance that it is now. Number 8, service orientation. This is defined as actively seeking ways or looking for ways to help people. Again, going back to Apple, this is the philosophy that Steve Jobs propounded. He said that the customer who is going to buy their product should be the ultimate judge of the quality of the product. So as an example, when the mouse was first invented, he took that equipment, looked at it and said that this does not feel natural enough, and all he did was have his engineers redesign the mouse so it feels natural in the palm of an individual, and that brought the mouse to every household that owned a PC. Another example, he told his engineers that he just wanted one button on the iPhone, and they were able to cut away or do away with all the keys until they had only one touch, which is the home button that we have on the iPhone now. So basically what he is looking at is getting the customer to decide what is best for him and providing the customer with the best quality product available, giving the power to the customer then to decide whether the product he is bringing to them is of the best quality. And that is an example of service orientation. Number 7, judgment and decision making. Judgment and decision making can be considered. Judgment and decision making is basically considering the relative costs and benefits of potential actions just so you can choose the most appropriate one. Jeff Bezos, who is the CEO of Amazon, admitted that CEOs are paid to make few intelligent decisions. When you have a CEO somewhere, basically every day what they are doing is deciding which of the alternatives they have there is going to make the company richer, which of these alternatives is going to provide the needs of the shareholders, making money for them and providing the best quality service for customers. This was brought to you by Inspiration Initiative, and I want to acknowledge and appreciate Mr. Owusu Richard and Mr. Akon Francis of Astra Engineering for supporting this work in cash and in kind.